What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with another video on Spider-Man Far From Home. So it's been a moment since we've spoke about this movie on this channel, but do not worry, the movie is only 3 weeks away, with the social media embargo dropping next week. That tells us that Sony is confident in their own movie. Of course they are. It's Spider-Man. It's the Golden Boy. It's Kid Wonder. Of course it's going to be freaking awesome. So, guys, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel for all the content. That will be much appreciated. And we are giving away tickets to go and watch Spider-Man Far From Home for yourself and a friend. So 2 tickets we are giving away. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel and let me know down below how hyped are you for this movie. So we might be going over brief spoilers, maybe, but because this is already out in the public, these are on public websites, I feel like we should talk about it because it's already been out there for a good while. And I've spoke about this subject for the last 6 months, and I've said that Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin, will be coming to the MCU. So careful for spoilers if you don't want to know factual information. So careful for spoilers. Right, there is a Norman Osborn Green Goblin based post-credit scene, and Oscorp is coming to the MCU. The Avengers Tower, Tony Stark's tower, is now going to be owned by Norman Osborn. This could be backed up. I am confident talking about this. I've spoken with a few insiders who I respect. Don't worry, guys. It's not the insiders that get info wrong, you know. It's the good inside. The insiders who I believe could be correct. So, this is coming from a very good website, Omega Underground, which it's kind of confusing because it says Omega Underground and it says Geeks Worldwide, but I presume it's the same website. But I've spoken to a few insiders about it and the information seems pretty solid. So the title is Exclusive. Marvel Studios casting the Benefactor. Norman Osborn finally coming to the MCU, question mark. So let's go over this. Marvel Studios may have already been casting the first Phase 4 big villain. Now, why this is quite interesting is if they've already cast the next Phase 4 villain, and if it is going to be the Green Goblin, if it is going to be Norman Osborn, that means Spider-Man is sticking in the MCU in theory. So it says the GWW, the Geek Worldwide, has obtained a character breakdown for someone under the code name The Benefactor. All that is known about this character is he is a mystery benefactor. The studio is searching for a male actor, preferably Caucasian, in his 40s to 60s. The actor will shoot their scene sometime this year in Atlanta. Now, it is a bit late unless they've already cast said person to actually slide this character into Spider-Man Far From Home, which is interesting. The AntMan and Wasp secondary antagonist, Sonny Birch, was employed by someone referred to as the Benefactor. It's very likely this is the same character. The description fits well with Spider-Man arch nemesis Norman Osborn, aka the Green Goblin, who has been rumored to be a major player in Phase 4 for a long while. Interesting. So full credit to this article that was posted on thegww.com, and it did say Omega Underground as well on this. It's written by someone called Thomas. So is the Benefactor Norman Osborn? It is very interesting how it links back to Ant-Man and the Wasp. You know, Sonny Birch, who was trying to steal Hank Pym's technology. Very interesting. So, we've said it multiple times. We're not really breaking the story. I've made multiple videos about Norman Osborn, Green Goblin, appearing in Spider-Man Far From Home. It appears all the rumors is true. Now, even if this is true, guys, I don't really think this is a spoiler for anyone. Why? Because they have made it so freaking obvious that he's coming. Sony are very confident. All the rumors going down. Generally, if a rumor is true, it will get shut down absolutely anywhere and everywhere, and no one has even attempted to shut this down. Now, for me, this is cool because it's similar to the Spider-Man PS4 video game that is one of the greatest games ever. It is so cool. It is the enigma. It is the pinnacle of gaming, and if Spider-Man Far From Home can be half as good as the PS4 Spider-Man game, it will be very good. It is just interesting. But then you have to put it into the Benefactor. You know, you see what I did there, guys? You have to put it into the Benefactor. You know, the Benefactor, the scoop was about the Benefactor, is they have butchered the Norman Osborn character so many times. Can they get it right this time? Now, who would you cast for Norman Osborn. I think Matthew McConaughey is a very good choice to play Norman Osborn in the MCU. But guys, I'm going to spin it over to you guys. Who should be Norman Osborn in the MCU? I also think that Michael C. Hall, who played Dexter, would be a very freaking awesome character for this role. Why? He's so freaking sinister. He played a forensic scientist who was killing all the bad people. It would be very, very interesting. And what is also interesting is there's been other rumors from other sources that have no credibility compared to this source that Norman Osborn was already cast a while ago. But it is interesting how, I'm not going to say the source I'm talking about, but this source is now saying the exact same information that came from the Geeks Worldwide. So it definitely looks like everyone online seems to think that the benefactor is Norman Osborn himself. Now, someone who did go and actually watch this movie, they are a big YouTuber, and I can't believe that they were allowed to say this and they still have their press credentials, because if you haven't been to an early press screening, we go to some of them sometimes, you have to sign a non-disclosure agreement, which means you will not say anything before the social media embargo lifts. So a certain YouTuber dropped this and saying Norman Osborn is coming to the MCU in 1 month. I know, exactly. And then this is followed up by the most recent and also the most trustful inside source, my boy Roger. And if you knew who Roger actually was, you would be very surprised of who Roger is. That is why it makes sense when they say that Norman Osborn is coming to the MCU. It is very, very interesting. And also, he said David Mosley, I believe that's how you pronounce it, is being considered for multiple roles in Phase 4. Although Roger didn't actually say anything about Norman Osborn, as far as I can see it, he did actually say that David Mosley, I believe that's how you say it, is being considered for multiple roles. So maybe he could be playing Norman Osborn in the MCU, or he could be the High Evolutionary. As you know, everyone seems to think that Mark Hamill is going to be playing the High Evolutionary. But realistically, when he was asked in an interview, all he said is him and James Gunn live literally around the corner from each other, and he's going to go around his house for tea, and they are potentially going to talk. But I don't believe this would be completely true, because Mark Hamill is always so busy with Star Wars related things. I know he's appeared in The Flash and played the Trickster a bunch of times, but that was a one-off episode. Okay, he's done it like 2 or 3 times offhand. So I don't really think he'd have time to feature in an MCU movie in that position. So who would you cast for Norman Osborn in the MCU? It's a very interesting story and factor that it does link back to Ant-Man and Wasp, because there was loads of theories going around. Who was Sonny Birch talking to? I hope I'm saying that right. Who was his employee? Who is the benefactor? And now it is all coming full circle. It's almost like they've had this plan for years and years. Remember, Marvel does plan years ahead. So we are very, very interested to find out if this is true. Now, I believe who I was talking to about this, I believe it is true. And the fact that someone who was at a press screening, some YouTuber, literally said this. Now, I don't know how you can break an NDA like that. It's just a bit weird. Maybe they didn't actually go watch it. Maybe they've just read it. But it's been all over the internet, all over Reddit, all over 4chan. But them websites are so wrong, but literally, they do get so much right. So I would love to know what you guys think down below, guys. Share this video. I like it. It would really help the channel grow. We are pushing a lot of different content on the channel. We will be talking about the Marvel Avengers straight up to the release next year. So freaking hype. And we're going to be talking about the new Marvel Alliance video game coming out on the Switch in a video either tomorrow or the day after, because we're really excited for that. They've just revealed that a bunch of characters are in. There's a bunch of villains in it, including the Green Goblin, Dormammu, Juggernaut, so many. The character list is insane, and you can play so many cool characters like Valkyrie, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Hawkeye, Gamora, Beast. So many cool characters. So guys, let me know in the comment box down below exactly what do you think. Is this confirmation that Norman Osborn is coming to the MCU and he secretly has been cast for such a long time? Because if he is already cast, it doesn't state when the casting notice was noticed online. Generally, to get hold of this, you have to sign an NDA, you have to be an actor, or you have to be someone's agent in order just to get the casting information so you can go for said role. So I don't know how they got hold of information, but it seems legit because, as I said, the source is very good. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, comment, share with absolutely everyone, and I will catch you in another video very soon. I try my very best to keep you up to date with all the latest and greatest stories that I think is relevant and more so interesting to you guys. So let me know down below who should play Norman Osborn. Personally, I think it should be Michael C. Hall. I think he would kill it. I think he would be freaking insane in this role. So guys, I will catch you in that next video very soon. Lots of content this week. Loads of cool E3 things to do with Marvel Avengers, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Marvel Alliance 3. It's a freaking awesome week, busy week for content creators in this platform, in this niche, I guess you could say. So guys, I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.